Hello and welcome to Roleplay Rejects, where we play new and unusual tabletop role-playing games. This season we are playing City of Mist, a noir-style game where myths and legends inhabit human hosts, for better or for worse.
I'm sorry. If you want to talk to them, you're going to have to wait until the performance is over. I cannot let you in. You'll scare patrons. You don't have a warrant, so... And you continue walking.
Okay, yeah.
Can you imagine coming out the bathroom and overhearing that? I'd be like...
Right?
So juicy, bro. The goss, the tea.
The
I
gum
go
has
right
been
to my
chewed.
table and be like,
You
will
won't
not believe.
Well, and it's kind of one of those things where, like, you were sort of hurrying out of the bathroom. Not, like, in a panic or anything, but just, like, nobody, like, saunters slowly out of the bathroom. Just like you're trying to get out of there. And as you notice out of the corner of your eye, kind of the commotion, you hear what's going on, you kind of, like, slow your steps and...
I just picture like where you like walk by an opening and then you like kind of put your head back.
It's essentially that, but you're not that obvious about
Sneakily.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, you can make your way back to the table, and the performance goes on. She has a beautiful voice.
So before I make it back to my table, I would like to see if I can find Alex, who I imagine is...
Oh, yes, I'm
posted
sorry,
up
you said
somewhere.
that.
I'm just walking around drinking.
And I would like to basically give you all that information that I just heard. And then also mention, so Sammy is apparently into bootlegging, illegal gambling, and fencing. Not the medieval style combat, but
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Erase. And I start typing again in my little notes app that I have on my phone.
Apparently he's hoping to go legit, but perhaps his past actions could be leverage.
Okay. I have a couple questions. Clarifying questions. Yeah. Did you get the officer's name? The ones at the front?
I did not know.
Also,
Being able to see their badges would have been a little too obvious.
yeah. Also, how do you know all this? Not the officer stuff, but the Sammy stuff.
It's just the various sources. I like to stay well informed.
Okay.
Anyways, I have a table to get back to.
Do you...
Enjoy the performance.
Thanks, man. You too. And I think I want to text Officer Das again. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
Bzz.
He's waiting for
There's nothing.
reply.
I know. She knows. Then, in the absence that follows, I'm gonna send another message and just say, "Hey, I don't know if that was you at the doors of the Washboard, but I heard that there's two cops literally right now in an arm wrestling match with the bouncer at the Washboard. If that's you, please text me when you get this. If it's not you, let me know if you know who it is. If not, to both of those, please disregard. Red 100. I send it."
A couple seconds later, you get a text back that's like, yeah, it was me. We're waiting outside. They're not letting us in.
Okay, then. I will make it a point to not let anyone know I'm a cop then.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Okay. Red emoji. 100 emoji. Sam went backstage. Samuel.
No, actually, he walked down the steps to the stage. There's a set of steps on the right and then a set of steps on the left. So he kind of did a up one, down the other type
the
thing.
classic.
And he's actually walking around, kind of going from table to table, talking to the patrons that you can probably deduce are regulars. Hey, how are you? Shaking their hand. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Kind of just watching over the establishment, making sure everybody's having a good time. You see him go over to the bartenders, make sure that they're taken care of, that they don't need anything from the back or anything like that. And he's just kind of mingling. Obviously not being too disruptive since Martha is currently singing, but he's out and about.
And they mentioned that Martha might have had a different story than what. Okay. But there wasn't any other names of his like criminals' backgrounds in the book, right? It was just like he does these criminal things sometimes.
Is that accurate?
You would have noticed that there's not like there were names, but nothing that really stuck out. They weren't things that Professor Cross, at the very least, would think to jot down or to remember.
Okay.
It kind of seems like just buddies and family members. And
no, like criminal
whatever.
names of criminals.
I mean, if they were,
he
Professor
wouldn't know.
Cross wouldn't know.
Okay.
Unless it was like, he works for X crime lord.
He works for Magneto.
Which he doesn't. He's a very small time.
Yeah, doesn't want to take big risks
like
type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Dude, you could play the angle pretty well, too. There's the cops right outside right now. You need to tell me this info.
Yeah, I guess I could. But then it's also like, above table. That was us going above the table.
Slurping.
The problem is I don't want to walk up and be like, hey, you offense you? And then he hits me with what proof do you got? And I go, my buddy's a professor at...
Just a hunch.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm also thinking about the... Did you just tell me then go back to your table?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then. I know what I must do.
Are you planning on doing that? Wow. Whew. Are you planning on doing that during the performance, or do you think you're going to wait until she's done singing?
Oh, no. Here's my thoughts. I said that weird. I don't know why I said it. Like, it was such a delay on the S. My concern is, I think, obviously, like, what I can deduce from what he overheard and then relate to me was, it sounded like they'd spoken to Martha before. Is it Martha?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Martha before, and then it sounds like they might have gotten cut off, right? Because like obviously she has a different point of view, but it didn't seem like they had like her whole point of view, or maybe she just has a different point of view that they want to bring up with Sammy. I'm not entirely sure, but Sammy doesn't sound very partial to cops. Mm-hmm. They are already going to get in at some point to talk to Sammy, like well probably right, like once the performance is over, and she's gonna escape through the back hatch. They're probably just gonna come in afterwards and then talk to Sammy. At which point they might have time to talk to Martha. I'm hesitant to talk to Sammy and then get kicked out. I could like pressure him with like, I know you're a criminal. But also I don't want to do that and then ruin it for my cop friends outside because now he doesn't want to talk to anyone because I just accused him of being a criminal with no proof. I really want to talk to Martha. I'll interrupt her.
Hey, Martha. You got a second? Just like...
On mic, start a podcast with her. So that's what I'm thinking. All those things.
So I think, yeah, we all want to wait until after the performance. Does anyone want to do anything during?
Can I just? You told me, and then went to your seat.
Yep.
I'm gonna relay what you told me, like just to the group chat. I think.
Oh yeah.
Is that dumb? I'm doing that.
To the Discord.
Yeah, to the Discord. So I bust out my phone and I type everything. And then they go everything, and I go everything. No, I let them know about the bouncers, like but then with the cops outside, Sammy Von Wagen, and his criminal history, and then Martha apparently having a different idea. Like maybe possibly the cops after talking to Martha have a different idea about what happened to Luke Skywalker and his death. So, and then I hit send.
Damn, those cops really threw Martha under the bus. Well, Martha had a different story to the bouncer. Like, bro.
I mean, I think they're just trying to like convince him to let him in, but he's obviously not going to do that. I don't think like the bouncer or Sammy are going to come at Martha just because like they don't own Martha, right? She doesn't like work for them. She just performs here, right?
That's how I understood it.
Yeah. I mean, it's,
I guess you
it's kind
probably
of a
want a good,
symbiotic
yeah, you want a good
relationship,
business
right?
relationship, but it's not like they're gonna be like, you snitched, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Martha Ellis can get a gig somewhere else. She's popular, so
yeah, if this place is this lively after someone died here last week because she's here, she can go perform at Trivia Tuesday nights, Fridays. Trivia on Tap.
Trivia on tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the name.
So I guess, fuck, dude, I really want to talk to Sammy. I say in the group chat. Fuck, dude, comma, I really want to talk to Sammy.
who's Sammy?
If I,
Oh wait, you guys would have said Sammy
yeah, we would have said
because
Sammy.
I didn't.
You get,
I'm the
yeah,
only
you just
person
heard the
that
boss,
wasn't
right? Like,
Sammy.
yeah. Sammy, asterisk the boss. If I talk to Sammy and get kicked out, one of you, I look at the Discord. I was like, I can't make eye contact with you, but I can stare at my phone. Well, when do you talk to Martha? Well, do I need one of you to talk to Martha? Probably not, right? If the cops are gonna come in afterwards anyway. I'm gonna go talk to Sammy. If I get kicked out, I'll message you guys. Bread 100. I guess I go find Sammy, I guess.
Okay.
Are
Yeah.
you saying red 100?
Bread.
Bread.
Red emoji,
bread,
100
bread,
emoji.
bread. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
If I used to, it's like 100 sandwich.
You always got to be on the lookout though if he uses the blue 100 emoji because then you know he's in trouble.
Oh, true. That's my tell.
Is that an option?
No,
No.
Oh, man.
it's a joke.
Guys,
Yeah,
you got my hopes up,
It should be a thing.
Should be a thing.
right?
Blue is for participation.
Is that why all the participation medals are blue?
I don't
Maybe.
know. Just seems like it.
You
So we
just
sit
make
through
that
the
up?
performance.
Same through the performance. I hunt down Sammy. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. But I do want to hunt him down and be like, hey.
Okay. Yeah, you find him over near the bar that Olivia was at earlier. And he's just kind of sitting in the corner, or not sitting, but standing in the corner between the bar and the stage. At this point, he's kind of just enjoying the music. And yeah, you walk up and
I say, hi, you're Sammy, right? You own this joint? And I go to reach out my hand.
he grabs your hand. He said, "Yes, sir. Sammy Jefferson Jr. How may I help you?"
Hey, nice to meet you in the flesh. My name is Alex.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous in real life for this interaction. I don't want to get in trouble.
I'm picturing like Kingpin for some reason is who I'm picturing.
Oh,
What?
I didn't put the minis on the table. I'm sorry. I
No,
have
you
minis
don't.
for you.
We have a
oh,
Sammy?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
You have one.
2.
Oof.
Okay, I guess you go. I'm gonna see 'em.
No minis. No minis for you.
Yeah, I'm picturing like the into the Spider Man,
I guess that this
Guy.
was the performer. Was I wrong?
just
Yes.
like all body, no head.
This is the Okay.
That's the bouncer.
Yeah. So he is kind of Kingpin looking, but just smaller.
Yeah. Yeah. So I walk up, I introduce myself, and I say, let me have a second to chat. I just wanted to talk about how lively things may or may not be after the accident and not coming out in the news.
Yeah. Well, things are they're looking up, you know? They're looking up. That was some dreadful it was a dreadful event, but we're getting through it. Martha is, back at it. She's terrified. Obviously, that makes sense. I would be too if somebody had a heart attack in front of me, but yeah. Thanks for asking. And he
Yeah.
kind of gives you a curt smile, like the dagger eyes of
Yeah.
like, are you done now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that she would already be performing again so shortly after an incident like that happened.
Yeah, well, she's a very dedicated woman. She did take a couple of days off, and we told her she could have all the time she needed, but you know, she's one of those artists that has to be creating. So she's back on the stage, and I sure do appreciate it. Helped things get back to some semblance of normal. And
I bet. So how did you come about?
Sorry.
How did you come about having a place like this? Like, did you inherit it? Does it run in the family?
oh no, actually, it's kind of cool. Nobody's asked me about that in a while. So I was able to purchase it. It had been pretty run down. And so the owner before me had it at a pretty reasonable price. And I just took over, and I've made all of these adjustments. We still got some work to do. But I'm hoping that we'll be the premier jazz club here downtown at some point. We're on the up and up, that's for sure.
That's cool. So like,
Thank you.
It's kind of like quite the jump to start owning a jazz club. What did you do before this?
What did I do before this? Well, I've just always been sort of a businessman, an entrepreneur. Had a liquor store at one point.
Probably not.
Helped out with the family business for a while.
Oh, your family has a business.
They used to, yeah. My dad had a restaurant for a little bit. Yeah, you know, just kind of odd jobs here and there, trying to make my way through the world.
Yeah. No, that's sick. That's cool. That's a really amazing story. Is there like, are we like in the corner that we're in? Not the corner, but like the part that.
Yeah.
Is it like relatively like? Is it like not that many people in that area? I know OP is like not far, but like, is it crowded? Are people at the tables more like?
More people are at the tables than anything else. There's the occasional person that comes up to get a drink. There's like 1 or 2 people that are sitting at the bar, but it's not really crowded.
Okay, then. I've never been kicked out of somewhere, and I don't want to, because I was kicked out. Well, I lied. I got kicked out of a movie theater one time in high school, and that made me feel really sad. So I don't want to get sad right now, but I am gonna say like,
What did you do to the movie theater?
do I do the movie theater?
Yeah.
I was hanging out with my girlfriend at the time.
That's fair.
Yeah. And then there was this really old couple not far from us, and they saw us making out, and they told the attendant, and they were like, "Get out!" And I was like,
Gross.
"You're right." And we left. But I do want to say I was like I guess I'll ask like, hey, is there like a more private place we could talk?
Sure, we could go to my office, but what are you trying to talk about?
We recently, and I guess, do cops carry their badge on them all the time? Probably not, right?
They do.
Probably.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm above the law. No, I'm just kidding.
They get those fancy wallets.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. That they just,
Yeah, I think
Or they
just,
put it on the inside of their belt, so the badge is like facing their tummy, and then
then they go bam.
they can turn it around if they need to.
Always keep your badge facing your tummy.
No, it's less of that. We're just like, if you lift up your shirt and you're like at a kid's soccer game, like you don't want to be like, here's my badge,
Yeah,
right? It's
that's
like
fair. That's fair. Then I guess I do want to say like we recently got some tips and evidence that you may be related to like some past thieving and fencing incidents. That I think would be like less than socially acceptable to discuss out here on the floor.
he kind of
Not the medieval fencing.
he kind of knowingly shakes his head. Who's this
I can't tell you that.
we?
We? Oh, I can tell you that. Where are we? We're not the mist police department, are we? The police department?
No.
What city are we in? Of Mist? Sorry.
It doesn't really have a name. It's just the city.
I'm just
so we can say
the
like
local,
the
police department.
downtown sector, like the police station's downtown sector if you want, or something like that.
I'm with city name, police department.
I can create a city name.
You don't have to. I just want to know what to say. Like I kind of really fuck with Miss Police Department, but that's dumb. But I like dumb things, so it makes me happy. All the cops are actually just clouds of mist.
Okay, we're gonna call this
Monster High.
no.
Monster High City. San Diego.
We can always just default to the city.
Yeah.
Like we don't have to do.
I can. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I can be
the city.
The city police department. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that because
Okay.
anything that I want to name it is gonna give everything away, and I can't do it.
We'll
But
name
I want it to be
fair.
tied to
the last episode. We'll name the city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll call
Actually,
it,
I like that.
We'll call it Of Mist City.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, I should have properly introduced myself. I'm with the city police department, and I give them like a subtle flash of my badge that says the city police department. Alex Lowe.
well, detective,
I'm not a detective.
right this way.
I'm just a guy.
You're not a detective,
I'm not a
but
I can't.
you're here on police business.
I am here on police business.
without your uniform.
Yeah.
Interesting. Go ahead and roll for me.
Yeah. I think I have a weakness that applies here. I think I think that's all I got. But I've kind of been really excited to use it because it feels like me. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's too eager. Does that make sense? What are you rolling over there? Did you roll?
I did roll.
Oh no.
Stop it. That's all I have. Too eager is as a weakness.
Okay. Anything to add?
Not unless we start fighting.
Okay.
I don't want to fight this man. He seems like a nice enough guy. He's trying to turn his life around. So I have -1. I got 8. 8 minus 1. 7. I don't know why that was so hard for me.
You don't have any positives?
Not for talking to a guy.
Not even I'm a cop?
I think that would be more of a weakness in this case because I'm not a detective and I'm out of uniform.
I'm gonna let you add that to this though, because you did call him out on
On the bullshit?
his bullshit.
I got an 8.
Okay. That's good.
Thank you, Damien.
He's gonna.
And thank you too, God.
He's gonna say so. But you're investigating anyway. Interesting. Sure. Let's go back and have a conversation.
Okay.
And
I follow
he
him back.
leads you to the. He's gonna kind of snake you around the back, and go past the other bar.
Mm-hmm. Hope he doesn't try to kill me. He probably won't. I'm a cop.
Now, I was at that same bar. Can I be safe to say that I overheard most of that? I was... 'Cause our minis are like right next to each other.
He said I was. He just points to the minis.
Like, I probably wasn't right next to them, but I probably got some of the conversation.
Go ahead and roll a change the game for me.
Okay.
I really wanted to hear you say
Yes, I-
roll ears.
I got a 7.
Do you add anything to that?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, possession guitar.
I'm gonna say you did not overhear anything, but you were aware that the conversation was going on. You were trying to kind of catch what was being said, but between the ongoing music and the drinks clattering around the bar, you couldn't really make out much.
That's fair.
But it didn't seem like there was like any real struggle happening, like tension maybe, but it seemed like they were amicably going together somewhere.
Okay. I am going to like keep an eye on him, but I'm not going to follow or anything.
Okay. He takes you through a back door that leads into the offices and whatnot. Essentially, it's the backstage area. But there's his office, and it looks like a longer hallway where you can kind of make out on the doors that one says dressing room, one says storage, and then it looks like beyond that there's probably an elevator at the end of the hallway, as well as a few other doors, but you're not really sure what they do. But you go into Sammy's office. He shuts the door and he says, "Okay, you got me. What do you want?"
I was really sudden change of demeanor. So harsh. So the reason all this came up now, I guess, is because with the recent death here, people were looking into that, and like as a connection with that, people started looking into you. Basically, I'm here to see. I don't know. I don't watch like a lot of procedurals. I don't want to lie, right? And be like, I can offer you a deal if you let me know what really happened with Daniel McGar. But I want to say that. Like, I want to say that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if that's like illegal. I don't want to break the law. You know
You can always approach above table again. You can always approach it like, well, I know that you have these other things. We have the evidence for it. Now, I can always maybe just forget a little bit about that, misfile some paperwork, if you can tell me about...
You're right. I'm back. Are you back? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to say, okay, so...
Why are we jumping straight to blackmailing him having a conversation?
I am going to try to have a conversation with him.
Okay, good. I thought you were going to open with that.
No, I am.
No.
He is still a criminal. And he's obviously been uncooperative before. That's what Officer Das told me. So I don't think if I'm like, would you please tell me this stuff? That I don't think he'll be like, okay, yay. So I'm going to try to blackmail him. Not blackmail him. It's mutually beneficial. It's just mail.
Never mind.
I'm gonna say, so yeah. So we were investigating the death of Daniel.
Darnell.
Fuck, dude. Investigating Darnell's death. And obviously that led to us looking into you a little bit more. And now, like, most of your crimes were just petty. If you can assist us with being a little more cooperative and just generally transparent with the events that transpired here up to and after Darnell. Fuck, dude, I can't remember his name to save my life. Darnell's death. We may be able to overlook and or just shred some of your like lesser charges. Because really, the only thing we're interested in right now is this finding justice for Darnell. Bread 100. I don't say that last part yet. And I do want to apologize for just sucker punching you with this, but I was told that you haven't been very cooperative up to this point.
Yeah, well... Listen. I'm on the up and up.
Yeah.
Like I told you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot to tell you, if I'm being honest, which I am.
Mm-hmm.
What I can do is I can offer you maybe some money, potentially. Give you whatever information I have, and you get to keep the money, and you get to stay out of my hair.
I mean, I
I
appreciate.
can't really risk having a full-blown investigation on this place when it was a heart attack. So,
I'm not interested in your money. I am going to forget that you just tried to bribe me, though, in the hopes of this budding relationship. I need. So what can you tell me then about what happened before and after the death of Darnell?
well, unfortunately, I was not there until I was called in. From what I understand, Darnell asked for a private audience with Martha. Being the angel that she is, she agreed that she would continue to sing him songs after all the guests left. And she finished singing songs to him, left to go change out of her dress and get into her normal clothes. And she came back. There was just a guy there. She screamed. Cyrus was also on his way in.
Who's
Saw
Cyrus?
him. The bouncer. You
Oh.
saw him on your way in.
Mhm.
The guy that was in, I don't know how he got in. Must have broke a lock or something. But Martha saw him. Cyrus saw him. Darnell fell out of his chair and had collapsed, and the guy ran away.
Is there nothing like? There's nothing like. There's no cameras around here, or no one has a more detailed description than just the guy.
We don't have cameras inside. It's just respect to the performers. What was your other question?
No one got like a better description or had a better view of what he might have looked like.
Martha and Cyrus are the ones that saw him. If I remember right, Martha said something about him being a bald guy. I don't really have good answers for you, but that's all I got for you. But I'm sorry. Coroner says it's a heart attack. The guy could have just been breaking in to
Did anything go
get
missing?
some of my stash. No, everything's accounted for. I don't know what else to tell you, bud.
Well, I do appreciate your time. I will try my best to make sure this investigation doesn't affect your business at all. Yeah, thank you for your time, Mr. Junior. And I guess I start making my way back. Does he like lead me back? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he would lead you back.
Okay.
Or lead you back, excuse me. And he said, between us two, please just keep this under wraps.
Yeah, of course. I'm not really yeah. I respect that you seem to have been relatively honest with me. I have no interest in coming after you or your business. So
Well, enjoy the rest
I
of
don't
the
think he would dab
performance.
me up. But
He would not. And he lets you back into the area there, but he does not follow. He stays
Okay.
back.
Cool. And the performance is still performing?
Yeah, it's starting to wrap up though.
Okay.
You can kind of tell this is her final song.
Weird. Is he like watching me?
No, he let you into the door and then shut it behind him.
Okay.
Went back to his office. At least that's what you assume, because it's kind of the only thing that's back there.
I'm gonna message the group chat really quick, and I'm gonna be like, I didn't get kicked out. There was a guy
Good.
here. No one knows what he looks like, except maybe Cyrus and Martha herself. He didn't steal anything, but he was here the night that Darnell died.
He's a baldy.
He's bald. Thank you, Ophelia. Ophelia? What's your name?
Olivia.
Thank you.
You're
Sorry,
really
I got
bad
it wrong.
with
I don't know what's up.
Like in this game specifically.
Yeah, it's a lot worse than it normally
Yeah, I don't
is.
know what it is.
I sent that text, and I guess I'll probably... Is Cyrus still dealing with... Like, is he just still, like, mean mugging the cops outside?
He's
Are they still
bouncing.
outside?
Like he's
I'll just wait for the performance to wrap up, I guess.
He's just sitting on
that
a
feels
yoga
right.
ball. Intimidating.
I will share, though, what I heard with the boys via Discord. And I guess before I text them, I would text Officer Das.
okay.
The same general stuff, right? That someone was here that night. I've been like, hey, I don't know if you already know this, comma, but... And then I'll say, like, yeah, someone was here that night, broke in, broke out. They don't know how he got in, didn't steal anything, but was here the night that Darnell. So,
Yeah. ... That sounds about right as far as what Martha was telling us. Period. Did you talk to her? Question mark.
no, she's still in the middle of performing. I don't want to, like, interrupt, you know?
Who'd you talk to?
Sammy,
He gave you that information?
he did.
Wow. You must have a way with words.
You know me. I send the bread emoji.
Well, I mean, that's great. That's great news. That it's not just Martha's story.
Yeah, sorry, it's not new.
No, the fact that Sammy even talked to you is great. I assume he doesn't know that you're a cop.
No, he does. He did, at least when he told me that stuff. Guess he just likes me better. And I send, like, the shrugging guy.
Damn.
Up to the group chat one. That is very interesting. Period space. Should I ask for a private performance from Martha? Question mark. Signed. Professor Alexander Cross.
Wouldn't that be, like, really expensive?
I'm gonna type. You got that private performance money?
I have a sufficient savings, though if it is more than like 10 grand, there's no way that I could do
About to
that.
drop $9 grand.
$9,999 on a private performance from Martha.
That's gonna get reported to the IRS.
He withdrew how much money?
Signed, Professor Alexander Cross.
I think one of us probably... I think we should just wait to chat with her first before... Unless she performs at funerals. And maybe was also involved in the killing of that guy with the son.
We should ask the people that were at the funeral if there were any baldies around.
Oh, you're right, actually. You're smart as hell.
Okay. Her performance is wrapped up. It was beautiful. She has a wonderful
Standing
voice.
ovation.
Standing ovation. It's one of those where like everybody does it because they think they're supposed to.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
But one guy stood up and then everybody else...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man, I don't want to be the one that stays sitting.
Yeah.
Looking up at everybody clapping around.
Clapping,
me.
snapping.
But there is like that one guy who's still sitting, and you're just like, what a piece of shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
This guy, I wish I was him.
Yeah, honestly. What a brave soul.
You do notice looking around that a lot of the patrons, while they're, clapping and whistling and whatever, there's a lot of tears, a lot of like misty eyes, a lot of, just this like feeling of being seen almost. That like her songs were just resonated with a large portion of the audience.
I'm calling it now. She's a rift.
What gave you that idea? Everyone starts crying to death.
Like, do we just not
Drown
feel
in a
those?
river of tears. No, you guys do.
Okay.
It's a similar vibe. Although I would say that because you guys have had your focuses elsewhere,
Yeah, we
might
weren't
not
just
be
soaking in the music.
Yeah, it wasn't the same depth of awe that all of these other patrons have felt.
Neato,
Although
That's a cool
Also,
ass mini, by
though-
the way.
I would say that OP and Olivia probably are a little bit more moved than the two of you.
I was
since
watching.
They weren't doing shenanigans.
Doing anything.
I wouldn't call it shenanigans. I was investigating.
So I guess I will ask you this. Were you fully engrossed or were you kind of trying to figure things out?
I got pretty engrossed.
Okay.
Got
Then
distracted.
I'm going to say that you are one of those teary-eyed people then.
I got a lot of feelings.
You
know?
do have a lot of feelings, and her music's quite moving. So I would say that's fair for you. OP, I feel like similar. You were like,
Oh yeah, like
wow.
I was still like scanning for ghosts, but I think it did draw me in. I got lots of sad boy feelings.
Well, and on top of that, you have an appreciation for music, right?
Yeah.
And like jazz isn't your thing, but
But
she's
this is
really
pretty
good at it.
right?
Yeah. So you notice that Martha is kind of, now that she's done, she goes, thank you. I appreciate it. Please go back to having your drinks and know that I perform every Friday night. Thank you so much. And she kind of takes a step back, breathes, and starts to come down the stairs and kind of mingle with the guests and,
Cool.
or,
Man.
I guess not guests, but patrons. Shakes some of their hands. Again, similar to the same people that Sammy was shaking hands with earlier. You notice that there's quite a few tables that kind of seems like they're regulars. That might be like their table. Kind of the vibe that you're getting is like they're here often enough. But yeah, she's making her way around.
Since the performance is over, does the bouncer with the cops in? Or is he still like bouncing?
He's still bouncing.
Can't blame him. What a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Doing,
doing his job.
Yeah.
And they don't have a warrant.
Yeah.
So, like, he can't. I mean, he could let them in, but like,
But
he
he's
doesn't
not
have
gonna.
to.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, I don't want to like interrupt her as she's like, doing the rounds, but maybe afterwards we try and talk to her.
I don't know. Is that better?
I don't think we should all go.
Yeah. It probably just,
We'd
like,
be a
person.
really weird group to walk up to her.
I mean, I guess we could all go, but then I couldn't use the I'm a cop card. 'Cause I'll be like, I'm a cop, and these are my goons.
My random buddies.
Yeah, my silly little follower.
These are my trivia friends.
We're actually going. I'm doing a ride along to the jazz club out of uniform.
No,
With
this
all
is a
three.
scared straight program. Got like a 50-something-year-old. Oh yes, I get up to all the shenanigans.
Is of the regulars, are any of them either bald or of note in any other way? Like, are they just like they just look like those rich guys that go to jazz clubs, or are they like?
I feel like Martha would have identified
Yeah.
the person if they.
You're right, but
Yeah, good.
But are they like, I don't know, man, like the mayor? Is the mayor there? Like, are they anyone important?
No, they're just patrons. If you wanted to go talk to them, you totally could.
I guess I should.
If since they are regulars, they might know something. But like, there's not anybody that it's like, that's the bald guy, or like, wow, look
looks
at
like-
this. This is the chief of police. He's
No.
here every Friday, right?
Yeah,
Like, it's
no notable characters.
There's no suspicious baldies around.
no.
Okay.
They do say they always
Just
return.
in general. Not like at those tables. But okay, that makes sense. Probably wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless.
Can I feel
Look
like
at
the private
pictures from the
performance is kind
funeral.
of like the way to.
You want to do it, man. Drop 10 G's.
I really hope it's not 10 G's. That's too fucking much.
I
Even
mean,
a
we can.
grand is like.
I know the owner. Do you want me to ask him for you? I met him once. We had a good talk. I mean, you could probably also go. You probably should also go yourself. I don't know if he likes me. I couldn't really tell. Hard to read, Sammy. Surely it's not 10 grand though. I guess we could also ask Martha how much she did for Darnell for
I
before
was
he
gonna
died.
go ask the bartender that I talked to.
Oh,
Like, hey, how much is this?
I don't know though. I mean, whatever. Yeah.
Okay, what are we doing?
I'm asking the bartender.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, that was beautiful.
It wasn't it. It's honestly, Friday nights are my favorite nights to work. Obviously, the tips are great, but Martha's just beautiful. I love her.
I've heard that she does private shows sometimes. You know how much that would set someone back? Just for like 4 people?
I don't know. I have also heard that she does those. But I don't really deal with her bookings or anything like that. That's totally Sammy's job. To be honest, I don't really talk to her all that much. She's kind of, she's a star, I'm just here to pass out drinks. So, yeah, sorry, I can't help you there.
Okay. Well, thank you anyway.
Yeah, no problem.
Sammy didn't come back out with me, did he?
He did not.
He's like not on the floor at all.
He's
like,
still
Not on the
gone.
floor.
He wasn't ever like, that was Martha.
Nope.
Goodbye.
He did not come back.
Dang. So we're going to have to talk to the woman herself, and it's going to be awkward.
I mean, I don't think it has to be awkward.
I feel like it has to.
Who wants? I guess you should, since you want the performance.
Yeah.
But I'm not splitting the cost.
Hey, you guys are like the same age, too.
Yeah, no, that is true.
She's
So
Yeah.
I
old.
feel more normal. She's like in her 50s.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But I like to think she's maintained her youthful
Yeah, she
looks.
probably got a
She
skincare.
does.
Yeah.
She uses like Charlotte's magic cream. None of
Not
you guys are
sponsored,
gonna
by
get
the
that.
way.
Nope.
Yeah, I
It's
have
not.
no
Charlotte
idea.
Tilbury, hit me up.
Sponsor us, Charlotte.
She'd be like,
Who are you?
absolutely not. I won't be doing that. I don't know what TTRPGs are anyway.
What is his voice? I love it.
She's English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
You heard the name, bro.
I'll wait
Charlotte Tilbury.
until she's pretty much done with the regular rounds
Okay.
before approaching. But then yes, Martha. That was a just truly incredible performance.
Thank you.
And you're kind of new to the washboard, is that correct? Or
Well, I've been performing here for a couple of months. I guess in the grand scheme of things, this is my newer place of performance. But yeah.
well, truly incredible. Now
Thank
I
you.
have heard. I don't mean to be so forward about this, but I mean, frankly, your voice is just fascinating. But I've heard of maybe private performances. Is that a service that you would be interested in?
Well, everything has to go through Sammy as far as booking, but I mean, well, yeah, every once in a while I do performances for smaller audiences, but it does cost a decent amount. I need to pay myself, and I have to pay Sammy, my manager, and
No,
have to pay to keep the lights on for the washboard. So I would be potentially available, but Sammy does do the booking for that.
Yeah, I was actually looking for the fellow, but it appears he's run off as I'm looking around the area, feigning that I'm trying to find him, even though I know he's not out here.
Oh, yes, he's probably attending to business in the back. But I mean, if you really are interested, I could go get him.
I think I might be, and it's not necessarily to force you into parading yourself once again upon the stage, but I find that I enjoy the soulful music more when I know the artist and can understand their experiences and begin to hear the experience in their voice.
That's beautiful. Well,
It is. Well, I just made it up. I don't actually say that.
Damn, I'm just talking shit.
As you guys are talking, she kind of grabs your hands and sits you down in the seats next to the table that you're at, so that you guys are kind of now sitting and talking. And she's like, well, there's not very many people who truly understand the plight of an artist and how important it is to feel what you're performing.
Of
how did
course.
you? That's just so unique.
Well, it's actually quite interesting because when you start looking at other great works such as the Iliad or other more ancient pieces of literature, and you start to know the whole purpose behind blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna keep on
It's
okay.
riffing here, but
It's okay.
I feel like probably talking about that kind of stuff or like back and forth of like, trying to relate her experiences to like the
To the history
books.
of
some
art.
history and books and shit, and then at some point I'll try to steer the conversation.
Okay.
Nerd.
You can kind of see that she's getting like glossy-eyed, like
Yeah, and I've seen that look in my students many a time, so I try and like shift it back and then like point it back to like what she does.
yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you. Well, it is getting quite late, and my voice is getting quite tired.
Oh yes.
I should probably retire.
If you wouldn't mind, I do actually have a rather serious question for you. You see, I understand that. God damn it. Well, one of my students. Andrew Fox. His uncle was here. I believe his name was Darnell. Anyways, Andrew has been rather upset, and I was wondering if you might have had any information that I could share with him about this.
I'm gonna have you do a convince roll.
Okay.
Dude, sometimes people say things and you're like convinced, and I'm like, Andrew's not your student. I'm convinced already.
Right?
Carl's not real.
Shit, I don't know, man.
It's hard, right? It's hard convincing people.
I work at a university, so it makes sense that I have a student.
yeah, it does.
Named Carl.
Okay. Named Andrew.
Dang it.
That's why
I was lying about a Carl.
Yes.
Fuck, man, I don't know.
It's hard talking to people, right? I just hit shit, bro. You said you don't have anything? No, I don't.
Yeah, hold on, Stevie will look in.
Just wait till I take a
Find
shot,
something.
though, bro, and I bounces off my immaculate pecs. Then you'll all be impressed. Unless it's a magic bullet, then that shit's gonna kill me.
No, good luck.
Okay, thank you for that.
Sorry.
My Library of Alexandria, because I did look up Darnell Fox before, so I would have some things from his actual life to like tie to the story.
Yeah, but
Okay.
But would she know?
yeah, I was gonna say she might not, right? Like
She might not,
But
but
maybe she could tell.
it's like believable enough.
that
that,
it's like truthful enough that.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm just gonna stick with the 2.
it's easy, bro. Just roll sixes. Just roll what you want.
Oh no.
One of them fell, yeah. Unless it's a 6, then it counts.
Oh, where'd it go? There it is. It wasn't a 6, so it doesn't count. Oh, god damn. An 11 total.
Dude, the
Okay.
11s are on fire today.
Yeah,
I
they are.
literally haven't rolled yet.
Go right now. Get an 11.
No, I
You,
won't.
you can add 2. Is it 11?
No.
Yes. Well, Darnell was a sweetheart. He was one of those that asked Sammy if I could perform for him, and he truly was just lovely I performed for him the night of his death. Everything went well, and he seemed to enjoy the performance. I was getting quite tired, as I am now, and I decided that I would perform the last song and then go get changed to start going home. When I came back, I saw this man. I saw this man in the corner, and I saw Darnell, I saw Cyrus, and then he just fell over dead. And it was horrible. You've shared so much with me. This is going to sound crazy, but I can feel death. I can feel when it's coming. And as I walked into the room and I saw that man in the corner, and I knew that Darnell was gone before he even fell. Anyway.
I imagine at this point I've like taken her hands into mine, just kind of like, the gentle squeeze.
Yeah, and she's trying really hard to like choke back tears because she's very aware that there's still people here. Anyway, the worst of it is that I've seen that man before, and no one believes me. So,
Well, Martha, you must know that you have a believer in me.
thank you.
I do have some contacts in the city police station nearby. If you could tell me who the man is, perhaps we could catch this criminal. I mean, after all, we wouldn't want someone like that just roaming the streets, assaulting more innocent people.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, the police don't believe me either. I've tried to have this man arrested before, and nothing was ever done. I've seen him at my performances before. And one in particular, the man was there, and he must have drugged my drink or something, but it wasn't just mine, it was the audience. It was a sabotage. I don't know why. I don't have any association with him, but he's the same man that was there that night with Darnell. And I gave my descriptions to the police. They never found him, but he's obviously still out there. So you can tell your police friends if you think that they'll help, but I don't have much faith.
Well, Martha, though many police officers shirk their duty, I know some who uphold justice in all of its terms. And after all, I can be rather convincing. So, look, I do understand that you are tired, but rest assured knowing that I am looking into this.
Thank you. I'm going to finish greeting the guests, but I do appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets up and goes around and kisses babies, shakes hands.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves a friend like Professor Cross, bro. In the same breath that he tells you to blackmail someone, he's over there hyping you up, bro, as the face of justice, bro. Like, my man.
With that, we're going to end our session.
God damn, we
Okay.
know this fucking guy. Also, poisoning the drinks, like, this is definitely a fucking rift.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
excited
just
to see,
sounding
like, what the fuck this guy does.
Yeah, there's something going on.
It's almost like I don't know, dude. I almost get like a stalker vibe, you know?
Yeah.
A
Yeah, I'm
rift
just trying to figure
stalker.
out why would he just kill that other guy, though?
Yeah, that's the weird part,
Because
right?
stalker vibes with Martha for sure. Because I know, that guy gets a private audience and I don't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, pay up, dummy.
Yeah.
Others. Yeah.
They also
So I
said
don't know if it's that.
it's also weird too because like they said they didn't know how he got in, right? And he probably got out with relative ease as well. I wonder if he has to be a rift to just break and enter. But like I also wonder like I don't know. I just want to know everything.
Yeah.
You know? Like I'm so intrigued.
And what I think we need to do is we need to also talk to Cyrus about,
Yeah.
like this person. Because he might not have known the whole poison drinks situation, but at
Yeah.
least that night he should have some info.
Yeah.
Hope.
And he probably got a really good look at the guy.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
If he's been in the club before, then he would have seen him at the entrance.
yeah.
And like the
I-
police have description of him.
Yeah,
so
I'm
we
really
can-
curious to talk to Cyrus because it's like I don't know. Like she said, she sounded like she's tried to talk about this dude before and no one believes her. So it's like I wonder like if Cyrus did see something, I wonder how detailed it is, right? Because she sounded like really like I'm not fucking crazy, but there's this guy I see sometimes, right? So it's
Yeah.
like maybe
I kind
she's
of want-
death.
Officer Das,
Mm-hmm.
she when you messaged her, like she wasn't surprised that there was an assailant there.
Yeah, it does sound like that they've heard about it before,
They've heard about it before,
and they
for
did
one.
say they heard about it from Martha. So
Heard about it from Martha, so they have the description already. We know that they have a prime suspect already.
Mhm.
It's just that the police chief wants to rule it as a heart attack and call it good there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's less that like all cops are bad kind of a thing,
Yeah.
and more just that like bureaucracy is getting in the way of Officer Daz doing
Yeah.
her fucking job.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll have to do more to find out. But I'm sure, like, if they told her, maybe that's what they're here for now. But if they told the cops that someone like broke in and broke out type deal, I'm sure they would like look into that. And like, if assuming that Sammy was telling the truth, like
I don't
I don't
think
know.
Sammy wants the cops there though because he.
yeah, but he's not gonna lie to me. I was gonna say kill him. I won't though. I'll snitch though. But I don't know. I mean, like, no, I agree. I don't know. I'm just really curious because it's like, who? Yeah, I just want to know if
Yeah.
everybody sees him or if it's just like an I see death thing and nobody else sees death thing. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm also really interested about the drugged drinks that one time.
I don't think that that's drugged drinks. She said it must have been drugged drinks.
Because
Yeah.
it was the audience, too. And it's like, you can't time that.
Yeah, you
I
can't
could.
time that well. He was definitely using a power.
Well,
Yeah, that sounds more like a rift thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I am really curious to see what audience members pick up. Or not audience members, audience listeners.
Our listeners,
Our
yeah, yeah.
listeners pick up. Sorry, I was still
That
thinking
we
about
didn't.
the club.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're like,
I
you
want-
fools.
Well, I would love to like be a fly on the wall while they're listening and they're like, no, of course it's not. Whatever. It's this. How did you not think?
We
Right.
come up with some dumb shit.
Well, but
We
also
do
like
like
sometimes.
dumb theories. Like when we're being serious, we'll be like, "Oh my god, this is what happened," and then, like I know there's someone out there listening. Like that's the fucking dumbest thing you could have ever thought of. Like,
well, I'm excited for next session.
Me too.
But
I'm really glad I didn't get kicked out, dude. I really thought he was gonna be like, "You're a fucking cop," and then Cyrus is gonna be like,
I rolled. So like as an MC, you're not really I don't make rolls unless I personally choose to. It's not like the same as like a Pathfinder where you're
Rolling again.
Rolling a lot.
Yeah.
but I rolled to see what you would need to be for him to like actually be intimidated, and like decide to bring you back. So it was a good thing that you rolled what you did.
Cool.
Because it was not looking great. But yeah, anyway. Bye, guys.
Yeah, you
Thanks
smell
for
that.
listening.
Later.
Bye.
See you on the Discord.
You stink. You stink. You stink.
That's what the musical can be about.
Stinks. I'm gonna get in trouble. He's gonna be like, bouncer, get him. He's gonna beat me up. He's not, but like,
He might.
he'll try, dude. He might. He might actually be like,
Wow, we're in a weird pause. Sorry. Hello, editor. I love you. Hopefully, if you're listening to this, I love you. Because if
hand it over.
you are and I don't, that's who are you?
Who are you?
Why are you in my house?
Why are you editing our audio clip?
Yeah, like even if you're not editing, why is this like what you're listening to? You're like, nah, this I'm gonna start in the middle.
Yeah, I get to the good part when they tell me what cops they are.